this debate, but what I've realized in many different religions and many different various religious Bibles, I'm going to say for lack of a better word, they all have similarities. There's a great flood story, a virgin birth, various things like that. So is it completely ridiculous to think that they're all basically preaching the same thing and that us as human beings are misinterpreting it to like skew it so like there's this religion and that religion and so forth?
Well, of course, the unique thing about the Christian religion is the person of Jesus Christ. That God has revealed himself as a man. That God became a man 2,000 years ago. He came not to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. He washed his disciples' feet. Now, I asked the Muslims, would Allah wash your feet? They were offended by that idea. But our God is a humble God. Our God is a Trinity. The God of the Quran is not a Trinity. Our God has promised to change and transform our lives. Now, you know, there are some similarities. I don't think the devil can get away with making up a complete lie. So in his lies and these false religions, they do include some truth. And of course, if there was a worldwide flood, it would seem like stand